Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a game-changing book, The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. Get ready to uncover how habits shape our lives, why they're easier to change than you think, and practical tips from the book to level up your life. Let's get started. Chapter by chapter breakdown. Chapter 1. Habits are powerful. Our lives aren't defined by grand choices, but by small everyday habits. We don't choose to brush our teeth every day, just like we don't choose to breathe. These actions become second nature. They're effortless, invisible, and essential. They form the building blocks of who we are, directing our energy, attention, relationships, and ultimately our fate. Even if you hit the gym once a week, it won't have the same impact as committing to daily 10-minute workout sessions. Consistency, not intensity, is the name of the game. While occasional grand gestures can bring short-term change, lasting transformation comes from consistent daily improvement. And don't worry if you're feeling overwhelmed or behind. Remember, you're never too late to start shaping your future. Just like an architect designs a building brick by brick, you can craft your life by focusing on daily improvements. And the best part, these changes don't need to be drastic. Small, consistent steps are the path to big results. It's all about making gradual progress every single day. Change might not be fast, and it isn't always easy. But with time and effort, almost any habit can be reached. Charles Duhigg. Chapter 2. You can change your habits. Yes, you heard that right. You have the power to break free from any bad habits. Contrary to popular belief, your habits aren't set in stone. You're not doomed to repeat your parents' mistakes or the bad habits of those around you. You've got the power to rewrite your story. How? By understanding the habit loop and tweaking it to your advantage. It's like being a chef with a recipe. Once you know the ingredients and how they interact, you can experiment and come up with a dish that's uniquely yours. So don't let anyone tell you that you can't change, because you absolutely can. Embrace the challenge, be patient, and celebrate your progress along the way. Remember, change isn't a destination, it's a journey, and every step you take brings you closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Change is possible, not overnight, but over time, with focus and grace. Chapter 3. Every habit has a loop. Cue, routine, reward. Now let's talk about the secret sauce that drives every habit. It's a simple yet powerful loop. Cue, routine, reward. Once you understand how this loop works, you can start changing your habits in no time. First, there's the cue. It's the trigger that kicks off your habit. Think of it as the "I feel hungry" signal in your brain. Then comes the routine, which is the action you take to satisfy that cue. It's your go-to move, like grabbing a slice of pizza when you're hungry. Finally, there's the reward, which is the satisfaction you get from doing the routine. That cheesy goodness hits the spot and makes you feel great. But here's where things get interesting. Your brain loves this loop so much that it wants to repeat it over and over again. So next time you feel hungry, it'll nudge you to grab another slice. And before you know it, you've eaten the whole pie. But don't worry, you can break free from this cycle by understanding it better. So keep watching to learn how to change your habits for good. Chapter 4. The cue. The first part of any habit is the cue, also known as the trigger. It's the thing that sets the whole process in motion. For instance, if you get a text message from a friend, that message is the cue that triggers your habit of checking your phone. Or maybe you feel bored, and that feeling itself is the cue that leads you to start scrolling through social media. Cues can be anything from a specific time, like lunchtime, to an emotion like boredom or stress. They can also be a place, a song, or even an action like finishing a task. Basically, it is anything that acts as a reminder for your brain to perform the routine part of the habit. It's important to identify your cues because they're the starting point of your habits. Without them, your habits wouldn't kick in. So pay attention to what triggers your habits, and you'll be one step closer to changing them for the better. Self-awareness is the first weapon in the battle for change. Chapter 5. The routine. This is the part where you actually take action. It's the specific behavior that makes up the habit. For example, if the cue is getting a text message, the routine could be checking your phone, opening the messaging app and reading the message. On the other hand, if the cue is feeling stressed, the routine could be taking a deep breath, followed by a cup of coffee and a quick walk. The routine is the behavior that you repeat every time you perform the habit. It's the actual thing you do in response to the cue. If you want to change your habit, you need to start with the routine, because it's the part that you can control and influence. So if you don't like the consequences of a particular habit, focus on changing the routine. Chapter 6. The reward. Every habit offers a reward, something that satisfies our cravings and reinforces the habit loop. This reward can be anything from feeling accomplished to simply avoiding negative emotions like boredom or stress. For example, if the cue is seeing a notification on your phone and the routine is checking it, the reward could be the satisfaction of seeing the latest updates or the dopamine rush that comes with it. Similarly, if the cue is feeling tired and the routine is taking a nap, the reward could be the feeling of relaxation and rejuvenation afterwards. To break the cycle of bad habits, it's important to understand the reward aspect of the loop. Ask yourself, what am I getting out of this habit? Once you figure that out, you can start looking for alternative ways to satisfy that need without engaging in the bad habit. Behind every habit is a human need waiting to be honored. Chapter 7. You can change any habit by tweaking the loop. Now that you know how habits work, let's talk about how to change them. The good news is, you don't need to kill the habit entirely. Just rewrite it. Keep the cue and reward, but replace the routine. It's like changing the recipe without altering the taste. For instance, if stress makes you reach for a cigarette and the reward is relaxation, find a new routine that provides the same reward. This could be a quick meditation session, some deep breathing exercises, or even listening to your favorite music. Swap the reaction for intention, and the loop becomes your servant, not your master. Chapter 8. Make good habits easier, bad ones harder. You're not alone in this journey. Your environment plays a big role in shaping your habits, too. It's like having a supportive friend that cheers you on when you're retrying to build good habits and a sneaky saboteur that tempts you with bad ones. For example, if you want to eat healthier, make healthy food more accessible by prepping meals in advance and keeping them ready to go. On the other hand, if you want to stop snacking, remove the temptation by keeping junk food out of sight and out of mind. Design your world to build yourself. Willpower is weak. Design is powerful. Chapter 9. It takes time. How long does it take to form a new habit? Well, it depends on the complexity of the habit and your consistency. According to studies, it can take anywhere from 21 days to begin to see results to 60, 90 days, or even longer to lock in the new habit. It's like planting a seed and waiting for it to grow into a tree. You can't rush the process, but with patience and care, you can nurture the habit and help it thrive. So don't get discouraged if you don't see results immediately. Just keep at it and celebrate the small victories along the way. Friends, our habits define who we are. We can't alter our past, but we can change our patterns. The power of habit is in what we consistently do. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey through the book. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to share and like it. Also, we'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What habit are you hoping to change the most? Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Until then, take care.